Hello, my name is Aaron Sutherland. I am a SUSE certified instructor. Today, I am going to show you our e-learning site. With more than a dozen learning paths available, we can meet your SUSE educational needs. To get started, we log into the e-learning site and navigate to the content library. Here in the center of the window, you can see a long list of the different learning paths that are available. We're going to break these down into smaller chunks by selecting the appropriate topic over here in the Topics pane. The first topic that we have is Harvester. If I select the box, you can see that in the Harvester section, we have the Introduction to Harvester. To go back to the main list, just uncheck the box. The next topic that we have is the Slee High Availability topic. When I check the box, you can see that we have the 221 course, which is High Availability 15 Operations, and the 321 course, which is Deploying and Administering SUSE Linux Enterprise High Availability versions 12 and 15. We go back to our main list of topics, and we move on to our next topic. Our next topic is Slee Micro. So when I select the box for Slee Micro, you can see that we have the Introduction to SUSE Linux Enterprise Micro 5. There's only one learning path, so we're going to go back to our main list of topics and move on to our next topic. Our next topic is SLES. When I check the box for SLES, you can see that we have the Transitioning to Slee 15, Slee 15 Administration, Slee 15 Deployment, Slee 15 High Availability Operations, and Slee 15 Advanced Administration. And then once again, to go back to the main list of our topics, we deselect SLES. Our next topic is SLES for SAP Applications. When I click on the checkbox, you can see that my learning paths all reflect SAP. So we do have the SLES 15 administration course here, but we also have the SLES for SAP Applications for SLES 12, HA Deployment and Configuration, and Deploying and Configuring NetWeaver with HA. And then we have using SLES for SAP Applications for SLES 15 to provide high availability for NetWeaver. We have Deploying SAP HANA SR Scale Up on SLES for SAP Applications for SLES 12 with HA, and using SLES for SAP Applications for SLES 15 to provide high availability for SAP HANA Scale Up. And then if we go back to our main list of topics, we can move on to our next topic. Our next topic is Susa Manager. In the Susa Manager topics, we have deploying operating systems to new devices using Susa Manager auto installation, Susa Manager 4.x monitoring and reporting, Susa Manager 4 basic operations, and deployment and initial configuration. Then we go back to our list of all the topics and move on to our final topic. Our final topic under Learning Paths is SUSE Rancher. When I select the box, you can see that we have several learning paths available. We can see a learning path on deploying RKE, deploying RKE2 and K3S, deploying Rancher, deploying RKE with SUSE Rancher. We can back up and restore RKE and RKE2 clusters, Kubernetes administration version 1.2, SUSE Rancher 2.6 operations, and that's it for our learning paths for Rancher. And then to go back to our list of all of our topics, unselect the box, and there's all of our topics. Now that we've seen what all of the different learning paths are, let's take a look at one of the learning paths in detail. I'm going to use the Slee 201 course for this. So we go to the SLES topic and we pick the Slee 201 learning path. In here, we have several different sections. There's getting started, there's section 1, 2, and so on and so forth. Now, the way that these learning paths are built is each learning path has a series of videos that you can watch. To start the video, we just select the topic, understanding the different flavors of SUSE Linux here. I click on that, and you're going to see this window pop up. This is a video. You click play.
Section 1, Overview of SUSE Linux Enterprise. In this section, we're going to cover the different flavors of SUSE Linux. We'll then talk about the Slee.
And you proceed to watch all of the videos that are in the learning path. Now, other things that you will see in the learning path are things like the lecture manual. When you click on the link here, it'll open up the lecture manual, and you can see all of the different slides that are covered in the various videos. You can read the different notes on each of the slides. There's a lot of information to be taken from the lecture manual. We also have a lab manual. Now, this is the workbook that we get to help us work our way through the different labs that are available. So we scroll down through the table of contents, and you can see the list of steps that you will need to complete the lab work. We also have quizzes as part of the learning path. And you can see here the different quizzes that exist on the page. So if I click on the quiz, you can see that you are required to pass with 100%, and there's no time limit. And you can take the quiz as many times as you need. So I can click on continue here and proceed to take the quiz. And then finally, if you have a gold subscription, you have access to live labs for the gold subscription. To access the live lab environment, you just click on the link to access the gold subscription live lab environment. It's going to bring you to this page here. We're going to click on the open web page in a new window button, and then you'll be taken to this page here. Click on view the course, and here we click on lab to start the lab environment. Now, this might take several minutes for the lab environment to start, but don't worry, it will eventually start up. That did take several minutes for my lab environment to start up, but now that the lab environment has started, you're going to see something that looks like this. So we're running different virtual machines for the different classes in our lab environment. So we'll go to our virtual machine manager. And in the virtual machine manager, you'll start the virtual machines. And the virtual machines here, you'll be able to manipulate and move around in them so that you can complete the various steps that are outlined in the lab guide. I hope you found this video to be handy, and have a great day.